The offensive tackle class in the 2024 NFL Draft is a loaded one. We all know the big names in the class like Joe Alt, Olu Fashanu, J.C. Latham, so on and so forth, but there are a number of prospects who I believe are major sleepers in this class who I think could be day one starters at the next level. And one of those guys is the subject of today's video. Yale left tackle Kiran Amegadjie has been absolutely fantastic over the last few seasons when he has been on the field. Today, we will be talking about what makes him one of the most intriguing offensive tackle prospects in the entire draft class. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment and let me know which players you guys would like to see me break down in a future video. Huge shout out to the owner of this video, which is the channel NFL Film Room. I will leave him linked down below, but without further ado, let's take a closer look at Amegadjie. Yale obviously is not known for their football program. Foye Oluokun is the biggest name to come out of Yale in recent years, and while they don't play amazing competition, we still can get a good gauge on what type of player they are. In the snaps Amegadjie played, he looked electric for the Bulldogs. In 666 snaps in 2022, Amegadjie allowed just 4 hurries, 1 hit, and 0 sacks on the year. His 2023 season was cut short after just 234 snaps, but in those snaps, he was just as productive. He allowed 5 hurries, 0 hits, and 0 sacks, and he is a player who is generating some buzz as one of the higher upside tackles in this class. Amegadjie has very solid size at the tackle position. He is 6'5", 323 pounds, and he possesses the ideal size, weight, and length for the tackle position. He has big hands, long arms, and he is the perfect build for a starting left tackle at the next level. On top of that, he has tremendous upper body strength that he uses to help keep defenders out of the backfield, and he is a very strong prospect. Athletically, Amegadjie is incredibly impressive. We didn't get to see him test at the combine, but his upside athletically is something to behold. He explodes off the line of scrimmage, and he quickly gets into his stance. He has the quickness as well to continue moving into the second level and help clear lanes for the running back. He is dynamic as a run blocker, as he has quick feet, and I really love that about him. But he also is very good in pass pro. He holds his ground very well, and he moves exceptionally well for his size. One of my favorite traits of Amegadjie's is how he does not give up on a play. He has unbelievable motor, and he plays extremely hard, every single snap. If he misses his assignment, he puts himself back in the play. He is always looking for a defender to block, and he has a very strong motor and is relentless, which I absolutely love to see from tackles. Also, going to Yale, Amegadjie is a very smart player, and that is another thing people are going to love. He's going to interview really well, and we know he is an extremely smart player. There is a lot to love about Amegadjie. Obviously, some people will note the competition level. He is playing against FCS opponents, and we have yet to really see what he looks like against elite competition. But as the saying goes, you scout the player, not the helmet, and Amegadjie as a player is truly special. There are a couple of issues I do have with Amegadjie. For one, it is his balance. He had the tendency to lunge in certain situations. He plays so aggressively, and sometimes it can get too aggressive at times, and he had inconsistent hand placement, especially in pass protection. That led to him getting off balance and falling to the ground. I would like to see this improve for him at the next level because he's got to be a little bit more consistent as a pass blocker. The other thing that is pretty concerning with Amegadjie is the injury history. He is coming off a quad injury that he suffered in 2023, and it sidelined him for almost all of the season. For an offensive lineman that relies so heavily on his legs, his quickness, and his burst, this could really scare some teams away. It is something to take note of, and hopefully the medicals check out and it doesn't cause him to slip further than he should, but it is something that does concern me. Amegadjie is a great tackle and a loaded tackle class. If it wasn't for the injury and the inconsistencies in pass pro, I definitely think he would be higher on my board, but those do scare me just a little bit. He is my number 12 tackle in the class. I have some concerns, and while I think he is a great player, there are a couple of other guys I am slightly more impressed with that are flying under the radar. Amegadjie is my number 85 player in the class. Amegadjie is pretty impressive in both run blocking and pass blocking. Despite inconsistencies, he still is a good pass blocker, and I think it makes him a pretty scheme versatile player. I think you could put him in virtually any offensive scheme and he could be successful. However, I think a run-heavy scheme would benefit him the most, simply due to how athletic he is and how good he is at landing second-level blocks. My player comparison for Kiran Amegadjie is Jacksonville Jaguars left tackle Cam Robinson. Both of them are very impressive athletes who are very great in run protection and have some ups and downs in pass protection. They have very similar size, and I think both of them are very good players. Robinson has been a mainstay in the Jags' offensive line for a few seasons. I think in the right scheme, Amegadjie can be just as impactful as Cam Robinson has been over the last few seasons. Kiran Amegadjie is a smart prospect. He plays with a high motor, he is quick, and he has the ideal size. There is a lot to love with him, and ultimately, I believe that Kiran Amegadjie will be a top 75 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.